Something I noticed that was interesting about this play was just the structure and the multiple characters speaking at once. I thought it was kind of hard to follow at first. I'd never seen anything like that, but I think it is cool when we saw the parallels just between all the characters' stories and the different wars, not only with the war, but also, for example, the music, like between Grandpa and his love of the flute, and then the father and his love for singing, and Elliot, who liked hip hop music. Just thought that was cool to see those parallels. Values that I saw represented in the play were the first one was trauma. You kind of see Grandpa and Pop not talk too much about their experiences, and you can see they're kind of traumatized by them and just don't really want to talk about it too much. And you just see what soldiers go through after war, and you see that a little bit from Elliot too, in the way he spoke about it. The second value is family, and just the importance it plays in this play. And Elliot even mentioned at one point that he joined the military because of his dad and the importance that military has to his family. Something I didn't understand is when Grandpa was talking and he mentioned the word gringo when he was talking about his teacher. And I had to look that up, and it means that U.S. people who aren't Latino, so I guess that just means he was talking about someone who was from the U.S. that was not Latino. So ways that the play reinforces the idea of American soldier. The first one is just the hero idea, especially when Elliot was at the baseball game and threw the first pitch, and also just when he was getting interviewed and kind of paparazzi being asked about his experience in Iraq and getting the Purple Heart. The contrasting view to the American view of a soldier was just, again, the negative experiences that we saw, the PTSD that we see in soldiers' lives a lot of the time, but isn't necessarily publicized because that's not the American hero dream and just doesn't sound as pretty. Excuse me. A fugue is a short melody or phrase that's introduced by one part and taken up by another. Just means multiple parts coming together and connecting at the same time, and we saw this in the play with the multiple characters speaking at the same time and those parts depending on each other. We see how war affects the different members of the family and how all those characters' stories were needed to make up this play. I think the playwright was trying to say that war hasn't changed much over this time between the three generations from Grandpa in Korea and Elliot in Iraq. So two of my questions are, do you think war is still the same today, or do you think it's changing? And the second question is, what do you think Elliot's Puerto Rican heritage has, or sorry, what do you think that has to do with this play? Do you think that has any really strong purpose, or do you think it would be the same as if he was from the United States? All right, thank you.